First individual men's event. That would be the 400 individual medley. And
well, one thing I do notice about Ryan Lochte right now is he's got at least got a racing suit on. He didn't even have that a couple weeks ago. He had a training suit on at the national championship. So he's at least elevated his game to putting on a racing suit.
Lochte set that world record in Dubai a year ago today. And again, it's one of those very few records that were set since they changed the suit rule. So it makes it even more impressive. I mean, we were at those World Championships in Rome where there were, what, 43 world records set, and then they changed the suit rule, and all of a sudden, world records are tough to get.
Yeah, I mean, there's only been a handful over the last 18, 19 months. So yeah, the world records are tougher to come by. And getting back to Lochte for just a second, right there at the bottom of the pool, you see him right there with that black cap. I talked to him a little while ago and I asked him what the difference between now and a couple weeks ago, and he was horrendous a couple weeks ago. Admittingly so. He said he was just terrible. He was right in the middle of training. He said the difference is his short course meters. Short course meter, he uses his walls better. Long course, you'd need a lot more taper, a lot more resting to peak. Short course meters, you can kind of get by without doing a lot of resting. These guys are used to this dual meet format as well because they do a lot of it in college, and his career in Florida was dual meet after dual meet and having to get up and swim fast at those.
They're out pretty quick. In fact, they're under world record pace as Clary had the lead as they switched to the backstroke, and then it was Lochte who was second, and then Laszlo Che in lane 5.
Now, you talk about Tyler Clary, he might have the best front half of a 400 IM of anybody else in the world, including Michael Phelps and Ryan Lochte. The problem is his back half, and I shouldn't say problem, and he's been the silver medalist the last 2 world championships. But he'll come back to the field. He'll come back to Che and even perhaps Lochte, depending on Lochte and where he's at, the back half. But Lochte's another guy. He doesn't want to let his team down, man. He's on the U.S. national team. It's a lot different than it was a couple weeks ago when he was just swimming for himself.
Well, Lochte, an excellent backstroker, is running second. Clary still has the lead.
And look at that, a second and a half under world record pace.
Yeah. So this is very fast. Clary's got him out, and it's a 3-man duel here between Clary, Lochte, and Laszlo Che of Hungary. So the Americans going 1-2 as they make the first turn there in this stroke.
And this is where Clary will fall back just a little bit. Now, Che is not the greatest of breaststrokers. He's a much better butterflyer and freestyler. He has a good freestyle, but boy, he has dug himself a hole. There's Che right there. He digs himself a lot. He digs himself a lot of holes, doesn't he?
Talking about
I'm talking about Che.
Che, I was just going to ask you, does he have any kind of power here to come back in the back half of this thing?
It's going to be tough, even against somebody like Lochte, who's just so tired right now.
Because Che is coming off a sensational European Championships where he took 3 golds, and again, as we talked about at the top, the European team here in better racing shape than most of the Americans. So there's the world record as Clary has fallen behind that line a bit, so they've slowed down the pace, and Lochte beginning to inch up on Clary now, just under a half second behind Clary. So the Americans 1-2, way out ahead of Che here.
Ryan Lochte looks like a completely different swimmer, Dan, than he did a couple weeks ago. I don't even recognize this guy swimming right now. He is unbelievable at this point in his training. I still think he went back and trained very hard, but I think he let up the last couple days. He only needs a couple days, and look what a great race this is going to be between these 2 guys.
Well, this is fun racing. Lots of turns, short course meters. And Lochte's all about having fun and all about shining in the limelight here in a team atmosphere meet. Now he's taking the lead over Clary.
Watch his kick. See how much further he gets? Oh, he gets not much further, and then he's got that quick kick behind him.
Lochte feeding off the crowd here, where he is clearly the crowd favorite. And now he just loafs it home, eases it in ahead of Clary. And Che finishes 3rd, so the Americans go 1-2 and pick up another 8 points in this men's 400 IM. And poor Laszlo Che in his typical position behind another American, in this case 2. Lochte and Clary go 1-2.
And we really give Ryan Lochte credit for bolting over here after that race. You are a totally different swimmer than what we saw even 2 weeks ago. What is the difference?
You know, after Nationals, I wasn't happy at all. I mean, I think that's the first time I really got a wake-up call. And I mean, I just went back into training, hard training, and you know what? when it all comes down to it, I'm getting ready for London, and that's the big show, and you know what, I'm ready.
You're used to these dual meets in college. What do you take away from it? I mean, certainly all the walls and being really the best underwater swimmer, probably arguably in the world. What do you take out of this meet?
Well, I mean, I haven't done a college swimming for like 5 years now, but I mean, it's always good. This crowd is unbelievable. I mean, I owe it to the fans. Every stroke, every time I breathe, I can hear them. So they're really helping me out, and they're making this meet a lot easier.
Clearly the most popular swimmer here. Thanks, Ryan. We'll see you in a little bit. Danny?